Hey, this is Daniel Pearson from BeSkinnyByTomorrow.com. You are always used to watching Jess's videos, but I thought I would do one today talking about the guy side of things. I know we can be extremely skeptical and a pain in the butt, but it's normal. So if you, this video really is for if you are a current distributor or if you're thinking about being one. I just want to kind of set your expectations, really, what to expect. It is completely normal to not have as much support as you would like from your other half, whether it be boyfriend or husband. So if you're thinking, oh, is it just me? It's not. It's 99% of you ladies, unfortunately, have to deal with it. Now, I will just go into our story a little bit. I was extremely skeptical when Jess first started using the products. She was a customer first, and you hear about all these different diet things. I mean, there's so many of them out there that I didn't really put any weight on this whatsoever. I didn't think it was gonna work, and when it did, of course, I was blown away. And it was actually me that said, let's get into this business-wise. Now, bear in mind, I've been in and around business my whole life, so I saw the potential in this. So don't be too mad if you don't come from a family that's been in business, or your partner hasn't. They might not see the potential right away. And the other side of things is, obviously, we hear so many negative things about MLMs and pyramid schemes and all that stuff. So we just think, oh, it's another one of those scams. But so do bear that in mind. Do expect that it might not necessarily be completely plain sailing, but if you go into it with your expectations that your other half might not be jumping for joy, and as you are, because bear in mind, you've come into this from your experience of using the products. Most people have. So you already see the light, you see the potential. They haven't. They're just hearing this story secondhand and kind of watching it, and they're not 100%. So bear that in mind. And I think if you don't set your expectations to an unreasonable level, then it's going to be plain sailing. A lot of people can come into this and be like, oh, I get no help. There's no support. There's no this or that. And other people that have been in it for a while just kind of chuckle and be like, yeah, it's completely normal, don't worry about it, just do what you're doing. We don't normally come around until we start seeing the dollar signs. That's at the point when we say, okay, there might be something to this. It really is as simple as that. So I know that there are even some distributors that sign up and don't even tell their spouse. They just get involved in the business. They get to a point where they may be making $300-400 a month, and they tell them then, hey, by the way, I'm part of this business. Because at that point, you've got something to back yourself up a little bit. You've got some money coming in, and who doesn't want an extra sort of $300-400-500 a month? So that's a significant amount to whereas they will pay attention. Okay, so I've just wrote some little notes down to. So another thing to bear in mind is, if you are already a distributor, or even if you're not and you're thinking about doing this, sit down and have a conversation. Set those expectations with them too. What this is about, what you need from them. And honestly, all you really need is not to be nagged at, and not for this to be downplayed and you hearing the skepticism all the time. You just need to be, to some extent, left alone just to progress with this for a while. Obviously, other help can come in the form of helping out around the house a little bit more. Anything that can take time away, anything that takes time away from you being able to do this, if they can help, that then obviously offers up some free time where you can do more of this. This is definitely a business you can weave into your full-time job, whether that be you're a stay-at-home mum, or you go out to a traditional sort of 9 to 5. you can weave it in and around. That's how it started. This is how everybody starts this business, on a part-time basis, and then they grow it and grow it and grow it to a point to where they can then either go part-time or completely quit their full-time job. So let's sit down and have that conversation. Hey, this is what I want to do. And if you're getting a little bit of blowback from this, then just say, look, all I need is 3 to 6 months. Just give me 3 to 6 months. Let me do this. I mean, really, in a perfect world, say, hey, give me a year, and I'll show you. Because obviously everyone's business starts off differently, the speed it starts off, and all that type of thing. But just say, hey, just give me some time. Even if it's just 3 months, give me 3 months. 3 months goes by super quick. And then we can chat about it from there. The other thing that can really help is getting them to any type of meeting, an event, even if it's just a local meeting down at Starbucks. Anything where there is going to be more than you and a couple of people, because they're hearing from you all the time and they might not get it, but when they're around others and maybe other husbands, it's really going to help see the vision a little bit more, especially if you can get them to an It Works You, or a green carpet event, something like that's going to be really, really helpful. Or perfectly, in a perfect world, one team, one mission, is going to be the best bet for that. That will help enormously. They're going to see so many different people, be like, wow, okay, this is real. This is not just it's going to feel a lot less like a scam when there's that amount of people in a room. As well, just thinking, other than getting them to an event or just you having a chat with them, get them on a 3-way call, whether it be with me or Jess. If you're a new DT and you're going to sign up, or if you're already a current DT, have a 3-way call, have a call with your upline, and because it's going to help talking to people who aren't brand new, have a bit of experience, and can just talk to the husband, the side of it, and even maybe their husbands can talk, one-on-one to husbands. So that can really help, just getting the guy's side of things, because we do come into it extremely skeptical, because there are so many diet fads out there, and there are an awful lot of MLMs, and this is very much a business that a lot of women get into, because you can start it on a very part-time basis. And you do hear of an awful lot of women stay-at-home mums getting into these MLMs and these at-home businesses, and they plow in a bunch of time and it never goes anywhere. So of course there's negativity with it. Now obviously, as we know, we are in a pretty unique position with having such a unique product. The apps, there obviously are a lot of other network marketing companies that have products that other companies have, whereas we're unique in that sense. So we really don't have competition. It's a very nice position to be in with this. So that's something to explain too. But the other thing that can help you enormously too is, of course, being a product of the products. Because if they're physically seeing what's happening, it's like, wow, okay. And you can say, look at how well these work. You can't tell me you don't know that there are just millions of other people out there that want this. It's a no-brainer. And that helps to really, see the vision, see the light. Go into them with enthusiasm rather than fear will help out a lot too. Bear in mind, if you go to them and you're like, well, yeah, I've kind of, I've signed up for this business and we'll see how it goes, is not filling them full of confidence. You need to go to them super excited. This is going to be amazing. I've seen how this has helped so many families out. This is going to be incredible. That will get them pumped, and then that will help enormously. Way too many people go into this with fear, and you're not selling it, because you've got to some extent sell it to them. It's the same if you are going to friends and family, talking about the products or the business opportunity. If you go into it with like crazy enthusiasm, people sit up and listen, because it's like, wow, what's she going on about? Whereas if you're going into it with, I've kind of, I've got these wraps and they're really good. Do you want to try them? They are really good, honest, and people are like, you're not exactly selling it to me. Just imagine if it was somebody doing the same to you. You wouldn't be, you probably wouldn't be jumping on it. So, um, okay, so let me talk a little bit about how I help Jess in the business. So if you are a guy who is watching this and you're thinking, well, what can I do to help out? There are a few different options. You can either do the business side of it with them, blitzing and going out and recruiting and things like that. I don't do that side of it a huge amount. I've found that what works the most, and I've also seen, and heard from other husbands within the company, what seems to be our job role is more of a house husband. And that's really my role. Um, Allowing her, freeing her time up as much as humanly possible to allow her just to dedicate her time to the business. Because at the end of the day, she is the face of the business. She needs to be out there. So a lot of what I do is behind the scenes with household stuff. I also work a lot with our distributors, so I am talking marketing with them. I'm doing that behind the scenes stuff. Like I say, she is, Jess is the face of the business. She's out there in the forefront, and I'm helping out more behind the scenes with some of that stuff, and that helps a huge amount too, because I know this business inside out, and I can talk to our distributors just like she can, and talk about some of the marketing and some of the ideas and some of the psychology behind some of the stuff that we do, and helping, because once they understand it, they will then have more confidence in going forward with what I'm saying, or suggesting, just say. It's all suggestions. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not bosses, we're just mentors. We suggest things, and if you follow them, great, and if you don't, okay, it's your business at the end of the day. So yeah, that's what I've heard an awful lot of the guys say that I chat to, is they help around with the kids, help with the housework and just with the house stuff to allow their wives. It frees up some times. And yeah, like I say, there are some that go out there and blitz. They do that side of it too, absolutely. But it's up in the air. You can, whatever you do is gonna help with that. So that was that. If you are watching this and you are somebody who is thinking about doing the business, and you know that you're maybe going to get some skepticism from your partner, feel free to reach out, have them watch this video, and see that I'm real, and I'm just sat here in the backyard in Florida, and I know that this is real. And all the things that the company talks about are real. There are crazy bonuses and crazy amounts of money, but again, at the end of the day, it's all about what you put in. There are an awful lot of people that don't do well in these types of businesses purely because of their enthusiasm. And this goes back to how I was saying, they'll go up to friends and family. A lot of people have these at-home businesses, and there's huge potential in a lot of them. 99.9% of these businesses are not scams. They're legit, fantastic, wonderful businesses that have helped just millions of families out across the world, not just here in the States. So bear that in mind, and it can be absolutely amazing. But if you go into this with not the right enthusiasm, then people aren't going to be drawn to you, because this is a product where we don't have celebrity endorsements. There are no multi-million-dollar ad campaigns. It's all word of mouth through results, and this company has become a billion-dollar brand on word of mouth and on the results. But of course, people don't know about results unless you show them and tell them and are enthusiastic about them, because when you're enthusiastic, that's going to draw people to you with that. So bear that in mind. So say, if you're watching this and you're not a distributor yet, and you're thinking about being one, and you have your, what is it, 15 minutes long this video is going to be about, have your boyfriends, your husbands watch this and get a feel for it, and if they have questions and they want to talk to me directly, that's fine. I'm here. I can chat to them about it, because heck, I've been through it all. We've been in this now for many years, and I think we're like going to be 3.5, 4 years, and so we've been through it all. And I get the skepticism, absolutely. And I've worked with many other couples, who many of women who have had, not the most uh, supportive of other halves, and we've helped out. So you know the deal. You know how to get in contact with Jess. So feel free. If you are a distributor already and you don't have a supportive spouse, please understand this is completely normal, and to not give up hope and to just keep on pushing through, because this is a fantastic opportunity. And feel free to have them watch this video. This is for everyone. It doesn't matter who. All right, but it's been lovely talking with you today, and if you do want to talk to me, I'm here. Just contact Jess and we can set something up. All right, so bye for now.